Ah, the Call of Duty fanbase. It's comprised of 10 to 15-year-old kids who are obsessed with trick-shotting.
Oh, baby, a triple! Oh, yeah!
No-scoping.
No, get the camera! Money! Money! Oh my God!
And of course, the Faze clan. People like Faze Apex, Faze Rain, Faze Blaziken, and a bunch of other people I don't care to know are pretty much idolized by the Call of Duty community. Now, as you may have heard with the recent CSGO Lotto scandal, some Faze clan members were also involved in similar things. Faze Rain and Faze Banks were promoting the site called CSGO Wild, trying to entice their young audiences with promises of winning it big and getting a lot of money.
And we found this new site called CSGO Lotto, so I'll link it down in the description if you guys want to check it out. But we were betting on it today, and I won a pot of like $69 or something like that, so it's a pretty small pot.
And today I'm doing something I've never done before. If you guys don't know what I'm talking about gambling on CSGO, like gambling actual, like...
Which, of course, we found out was just a giant scam for the most part, since these sites were rigged to show that they're winning a lot, but really they're not. And after a lot of these people were exposed, most of the attention was fixated on Syndicate and T. Martin. And perhaps rightfully so, but I can't help but feel like the Faze members dodged a bullet. It was as if the Eye of Sauron was fixated on T. Martin and Syndicate, who were up on Mount Mordor, or in this case, a mountain of CSGO betting fraud, while Faze Rain and Faze Banks were able to blend in with an army of 12-year-old COD fanboys surrounding them. But of course, when most of your audience is young and easily impressionable, and your main goal is to make money and exploit them as much as possible, there will always be other opportunities to do this. Although I should preface this by saying what I'm about to describe isn't necessarily a scam, but it certainly is a very poor and unprofessional mishandling of other people's money. And what I'm referring to is of course the game that was promised and yet never saw the light of day, Starnet Eclipse. Which, by the way, sounds like a fucking 12-year-old named it. Starnet Eclipse? No, you're trying way too hard to be edgy and sci-fi and futuristic, okay? And when you start to look at the guy who made it, this kind of makes sense. Mr. Jefferson Prince is a 19-year-old hashtag entrepreneur who is featured on the Hindu newspaper. He's a hashtag tech enthusiast. Oh, and he's the founder and CEO of iCazual, which is the company behind this. Again, what the fuck, man? iCazual with a Z? Look, I don't care how much money this guy has. The names iCazual and Starnet Eclipse sound like the names of some shitty 99-cent store game on the App Store that always crashes. Right, so somehow this guy convinced these Faze Clan members to promote his shitty game because he needed money to fund the project. And what audience is better to get money from than a bunch of 12-year-olds with their mom's credit cards who are totally willing to invest in anything their idols from Faze Clan say? But get this, they released this hype-as fuck trailer to promote the game. Yeah, it kind of just looks like they copy-pasted a cutscene from Halo 2 or some shit and threw a ninja suit on Master Chief. So, to promote this disaster of a game, some Faze Clan members all sat together awkwardly on one couch and gave the most unenthusiastic, uninspired sales pitch I've ever heard.
Watch was a teaser/trailer for a new game coming out called Starnet Eclipse.
Alright, first of all, what the fuck is he holding in his hand? I guess that's like the microphone that's recording all of this? Why is he awkwardly just holding it in one hand? Why does it look like a giant bootleg Game Boy? And also, is the Faze Clan on a budget or something? I mean, couldn't they just afford to get those wireless mics that everyone else uses? You know, the ones that pin onto your shirt and stuff and you can't even really notice them?
It's being produced by iCazual Entertainment. They've been working on this game for close to 4 years now, I think around that time, and they approached us 6 months back, maybe more than that, to co-produce this game, and they want to make a game that's meant for the community. It's done by the community, so that's where you guys come in.
Yeah, so we actually have the, I think, pre-alpha or the alpha on our computer. They're gonna release the beta really soon. So it's a first-person shooter. We were using the intervention sniping. It's just like Call of Duty, if you want to say it.
Oh yeah, that's exactly what we need. Another Call of Duty clone. You know, we didn't have enough Call of Duty games already. I mean, first-person shooters are really original, innovative game ideas. Just good job. Way to just make a creative and interesting idea. Fuck you.
We can literally do anything we want with this game.
I think we can all agree the thing we hate most about Call of Duty games
Is that we don't really get a say in what happens, really.
Yeah.
The developers
That was my line, you fucking bitch.
do what they want.
The best
whenever
part
they want.
about this is anything we want to do, we could do. If we want to make a Faze House map, we can make a Faze House map.
Also, I can't stand this shitty dubsteppy Call of Duty montage music going on in the background.
Every platform, Xbox, PlayStation,
PC, Wii U.
and what if it's
Not
just
Wii
on
U.
your
The
Yeah,
beta.
that I guess
And just
on
so
that.
you guys know, the reason why iCazual didn't go through a mainstream publisher, like an Activision or whatever.
Because they wouldn't get a say.
Okay, can these guys seriously not go like 1 minute without interrupting each other constantly? Like, who is filming this? Who's giving them the scripts of what to say? Because they're doing a fucking terrible job. I guess this is what happens when you get a bunch of YouTubers who are so used to hearing the sound of their own voice try and collaborate in one room together.
Yeah, oftentimes you'll hear stories about like, well, this is how the guys who created the game wanted it to go, but at the end of the day, it's the guys who are writing the checks and stuff. Those are the ones who make all the decisions.
Yeah, kind of like the only reason you give a shit about this project is the checks that YouTube writes you.
Any questions whatsoever, their team is amazing. They're on point. You guys can ask us whatever you guys want to. All that information will be in the description.
Just
All
shoot
the
with
link
hashtag
information.
Starnet Eclipse.
Yeah, so this team that's on point announced that the alpha will be available for play in early summer of 2015. That didn't happen. Then they announced the beta would happen in summer of 2015. That didn't happen either. That the game would come out in early 2016. Obviously, none of these things happened. Oh, but don't worry. They have like dozens of packs you could buy for the game, which is basically like a bundle deal that you get when the game comes out, which will never fucking happen probably. Man, if only they spent as much time in developing the game as they did trying to figure out ways to get as much money as possible from their contributors. But check this out. For the most expensive pack, $25,000, by the way. This is the description. It cannot get cooler than this, my friend. Welcome to the world of mean machines. Oh man, it's like they think we're retarded. So here's the long list of rewards you get. VIP to the game launch, which again is never gonna fucking happen. Dinner with Faze Clan and iCazual. Oh god. You would have to pay me to sit down at a dinner with Faze and iCazual, honestly. 5 alpha and beta access codes, none of which have come out yet. Big poster, physical item. Oh. I didn't know posters were physical items. 12 months of premium membership. Man, would you look at that? They're already trying to siphon money out of the non-existent customers with a subscription-based model of paying. Awesome. And then just a bunch of other bullshit items that nobody fucking cares about. Jesus, man, just like look at the background art on their website. It's just so generic and boring and uncreative. It's just a budget version of Call of Duty Black Ops 4 if that was ever made. And then here's their little tagline, belief beyond possibilities. Like, what does that even fucking mean? It just sounds like 3 buzzwords that a 15-year-old kid strung together after watching a bunch of video game trailers or something. In fact, that's probably exactly what happened. And look, again, the point of this video and what I'm trying to say isn't that this is necessarily a scam. I actually don't think it's a straight-up scam. Yeah, I know like Phased Rain and a bunch of other people made videos saying how it's not a scam and all that. I'm not really trying to get into that. That's not the purpose of this video. I'm sure iCazual and the guy backing it fully intend on creating this game. If it will ever come out, who the fuck knows? If it does, it will probably be some $5 bargain bin game that nobody cares about. But the point is, the guy making this company, this game, and the people who support it are delusional. Like, you don't just make a game out of nothing when you have no experience in game development, no experience in working in any game companies, and haven't really released a game before. If you're expecting to compete with Call of Duty without any experience or actual knowledge on how this stuff works, that's gonna be a disaster and probably a money pit as well. So it's a little bit deplorable that the Faze Clan members, who I guess are just as naive as iCazual or whatever, are promoting such a thing and trying to make it seem like this legit game that's gonna come out, that's gonna be a thing. Like, no, it's just, you can tell by the trailer and like the whole concept of the game, the website, how the whole thing is promoted, that the people working on this are clearly a little bit out of touch. I mean, again, it seems like they've already planned out multiple ways to get money from their customers before they've even come out with a real playable game product yet. So don't just fall for something like this because your favorite YouTuber or Faze Clan member is promoting it. The fact of the matter is, most of these guys are just kids who were playing Call of Duty, happened to be kind of good at it or something, made a lot of videos, and are now big on the internet. That doesn't mean they know anything about actual game development, game design, and how much work, talent, and skill is actually required to make a good game. Anyways, guys, thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed the video, and I'll see you next time. Although this guy Faze Campy has a sick as fuck Halo 3 montage.